Hey, vinyl community, welcome back to the channel. Yes, I know I've been away. No apologies this time. Everybody knows life happens, so back to get some videos happening again soon. So let's start out with a short one being what's on the wall. We're going to start out with number one on the wall, Supertramp, Crime of the Century. Rick Davies, keyboard player and sometime lead singer of Supertramp, passed away this week. Crime of the Century, possibly one of the best known records in the last 50 years, 60 years. Um, Everybody knows at least a few songs off that record. It was super popular then. It's still a very popular record now. Um, I have two copies of this. I bought a rougher copy right when I started collecting records again. That was one of the first ones I bought. And then I found a really nice copy, so I upgraded, which is the one that's up on the wall. Rick Davies, the second singer, I guess you would say, behind Roger Hodgson, but uh, you know, some of his songs are the most popular. My two favorite songs on this record are Rudy and Asylum, which are both sung by him. So that's kind of why I put that one up there first this week. Coming in second, let me look. Oh, Nick Drake, Pink Moon. That is a repress I got in Germany a couple of years ago. I just don't see it. I don't see any copies of that record anywhere. So when I saw it, I bought it. It wasn't what I was really looking for when I was in Germany. I was looking for more obscure German kind of stuff, and um, but when I saw it, I just kind of grabbed it up and thought, okay, it's there. I'm gonna get it. The price was right. It's a nice pressing, and anything Nick Drake is pretty impressive. Um, I think a lot of people first exposure to Nick Drake was the Volkswagen. I think it was a Volkswagen Golf commercial. First time I heard Pink Moon was a Volkswagen Golf commercial, and I thought, who is this person? Is this new? And I had to kind of track it down. Um, Found out it was Nick Drake. Uh, Made his records in the late 60s, early 70s, only three albums. There's some outtake kind of stuff out there, but not a whole lot. And sadly, he died in mid 70s anyway, from an accidental overdose. He had a lot of mental health issues, um, but the music is, yeah, people still talk about it. Again, one of those guys who didn't get recognized in his time, but everybody's kind of picked up on it and really started pushing the Nick Drake music now. So Pink Moon, probably my favorite because it's pretty much just him and a guitar through the whole thing. The first two records had strings and had piano. This record is pretty much just Nick and a guitar, and it's my favorite. Um, third. This would probably fall into my cheap heat category. That's the Funkadelic debut. Um, I saw on Facebook Marketplace that somebody had a small collection of records, like maybe 15 of them, and I flipped through what all the records were, and that was one of them. And I don't think they realized what they had with that one. They had some Beatles records that they had separated and thought, okay, these are the ones that are worth more. Um, that wasn't the case. So with all the records I bought and the price I paid, I ended up paying $7 for that record. Um, it is pretty beat up. It's not the greatest copy, but it's a first pressing, first Canadian pressing. I've never seen one before or since, and it does play. It's a little crackly, but and the cover you can see it was a corner cut to start with, and then the bottom right corner looked like it had been chewed on by an animal, a cat or a dog. So I just cut that corner so it kind of matches the top now. But it still plays, and it's still pretty cool to have a first pressing for that price. So that was kind of nice. Coming on in fourth is the Association. Yeah. Um, Everybody kind of knows the Association for songs like Cherish and Along Comes Mary that are kind of wishy-washy kind of pop stuff. But not everybody, but a lot of people had told me um, these guys were really good and they did some pretty cool psychedelic stuff. And that's what that album is, Birthday. The whole album is really good. There's not really a radio hit on it, but it's a great record. It's a really good record, and it is psych pop, and the vocals are great. Uh, the Association always had great harmonies and musical ability, so I picked that one up for I think $3, $4. Really super clean copy. The cover's good, the vinyl's good, and it sounds great. And it kind of turned me into a fan of the Association. So I look out for Association studio albums whenever I'm digging through crates. So if you see that one and it's only a few bucks, take a chance, pick it up, give it a spin. Number 5. That's the Canadian content for this one. The King Bees, which were kind of rockabilly and pop combined. Very popular here in Canada. They're a Canadian band, of course. Um, My Mistake was the big hit, like the radio hit here in Canada. I don't know what they did as far as other countries, but it was a very popular record here, and people still like it. It still doesn't get a whole lot of radio play, but people still talk about the King Bees and what a good record that was. It was another one of those party records that always got played because it didn't matter what kind of musical leanings you had. Everybody kind of dug the King Bees. And coming in 6th, Kraftwerk, the Man Machine. Um, First exposure to Kraftwerk was hearing Autobahn on an 8-track. So you get halfway through Autobahn and then you get the big and it switches to track 2 and you get the other half. But it was amazing stuff then. And then that's my brother's copy of The Man Machine. That was the first album that he bought of Kraftwerk. The 8-track was borrowed from a friend of his. So he bought that one and brought it home, and it was unbelievable how how technically advanced, how musically advanced it was, how clean it sounded, um, even compared to other Kraftwerk stuff. I guess when you're building your own machinery to make the music with, you can spend the time and really invest in making it sound like the way you want it. But it sounded so clean. It sounds like it could have been made yesterday because it's so clean, no background noise, no hiss, no hum, no anything. Um, and the songs are good. I mean, there's even some poppiness to. I guess there's always kind of been a little bit of poppiness to Kraftwerk songs, but the Man Machine especially. So that's one I still listen to and play fairly often. Um, and yeah, that's what's on the wall for this week. Um, I will have other videos coming up soon. I've even got a list here of what's going to happen. I still haven't done a video for all the stuff I bought when I was in Vancouver. Then I got a small bunch off of Marketplace not long after that. I've been buying locally at my local record store. I got a few things there yesterday, and pretty much every week I'm in there to see what they've got. Sometimes it's out of the dollar bin or the $5 bin. Yesterday was a couple of interesting German imports, a couple of things on Brain Records, so that was kind of neat. I went to a Stratford record show a few weeks ago and got some good stuff there. And I went to another antique mall in Cambridge, Ontario, and got a few things there. So there'll be videos coming up for all of those in the near future. But yeah, that's what's coming up and what's on the wall. So this was just, I guess, kind of a teaser of what's coming up very, very soon. And I will see you all again very soon. Bye bye.